If you're gonna eat, might as well taste good. So today we're gonna do a cheap cut of steak, chuck eye. I've been cooking this cut of steak for a long time because I didn't have the money for the good stuff. So I'm going to show you how I prep it, give it some good flavor. If you do this well, it can taste pretty dang good. So cheap steak into a good steak. Here we go. So I've got I have the chuck roast, or the chuck eyes, out of the plastic, but I've left them in the tray. The reason is, unlike most steaks, I don't usually do this with like strips or ribeyes. I'm actually going to marinate this a little bit. I've been in a lot of the butcher shops and stuff. When I started looking around, the first ingredient in some of your better marinades is soy sauce. So I'm just going to put some soy sauce in this, and I'm going to put it in a vacuum sealed bag, and we're going to make sure that this is good to go for here in a few hours, probably about an hour, hour and a half. So I'm going to adjust the camera down. So I'm not going to do a ton of soy sauce, but just enough. And I leave it in the tray for a reason. You'll see it here in a second. I'm hoping it'll show up well on the video. So you can see the liquid down there. I'm going to take my cheap little vacuum sealer I got here. I want to say this was like 50 bucks, maybe. It was not expensive. I know that. Turn this just so lightly so you can see. We're going to vacuum seal it. Hopefully you won't laugh at that So what happens is when you're sealing it, if you leave it in the tray pack like this, you see that liquid it's getting pulled from the bottom up in, and it's getting sucked up into the meat really well. It'll get into that liquid, into that meat really good, and it won't take long at all for it to be really marinated all the way through. When it comes out, I'll do probably salt, pepper, garlic, and we're gonna do a reverse sear on these things. Be back in a few hours. All right, it's been about 2 hours. I've got the grill going. We're sitting right around 350. I'm trying out my new Inkbird probes today, so we're going to be doing that. I am going to reverse sear these things. What I want to do is get all the excess liquid off. Get it off the board too. And what we're about to do is reverse sear these things. We're going to smoke them on one side, and then we are going to sear them over the direct heat. We got some pre-made salt, pepper, garlic. This is kind of my go-to rub for this sort of thing. You can also pat it in so it sticks. You can also use Montreal. I used Montreal for years and still love it, but lately I've been trying to do some more of a simpler rub, just salt, pepper, garlic. Nothing big. You go, because the steak's pretty thick, you can give it a nice good coating. You want to press in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the grill and set the grate down and drop a couple hickory chunks in. Let me put this back up so you can hear me talking. So now I'm going to go to the grill. I'm going to drop a couple hickory chunks on, drop the grate in on that side, and we're going to place these. I'm going to put my probe in. As I'm putting them on, I'm only going to run one probe. There's no reason to do both. And see how it comes out. Be back with you in just a minute. So I just put the steaks on. I've got a lower grate way down here, and then I've got the upper grate, and that's where I'm putting the steaks. I've got the Inkbird probe in, so I'll know when they're ready to go over to the seared side, to the side to sear. I've got a couple chunks of hickory over there to give these things a nice good smoke flavor profile, and we'll be back when it's time to put them on the other side and sear them up. Be right back. As you can see, we've got some good smoke going. The Inkbird's telling me we're at 129, so I'm going for a straight medium, and so there you are. It's about time to take these things and put them on the side to be seared. So that was pretty sad. And we're going to give them about 45 seconds, give them a quarter turn, flip them, put another 45 seconds, flip them, do the same thing, repeat the process. When it comes out, should be pretty close to exactly the way I want it to be. 45 seconds. Got a nice color. That's what we're looking for. A nice, good sear color. Final turn. Time to pull them. Do your double check to make absolutely sure. Not that they would be anything but perfect. You want to make absolutely sure. They're 141. That's going to be right where I want it to be. 144, 145. So they're keeping on rising right now. So let's go inside, put some butter on them. So now I'm going to take a small block of butter that I've been using for a little while now, and we're going to cut a couple little pats off. What you want to do, put a pat there, little pat there. So we can cut her one more time without cutting myself. Oh, look at that, I pulled it off. Now we need to cover it for about 10 minutes and let them rest. Be back for the big reveal in just a few minutes. So it's been about 10 minutes. I'm gonna sop up some of this butter here and the juice. I don't want it running out on the counter too much. More than it already has. So now's the moment of truth. A good way to go through, since it's already separating on this muscle, but I'm going to take it across. Hoping you can see that. That is a chuck eye steak. So now I need to take a bite. Let's see what it's like. Sop up some of these juices. I don't know if that's coming across on camera or not. Oh, it looks good. Now, that's a $5 steak. That flavor profile, it's great. It's a really good steak. Really good steak. Never guessed it was a $5 steak. Now, am I saying it's as good as a New York strip? T-bones, you know, all these other cuts of steak that you'll pay quite a bit more for? No, obviously not. You got some tendons that run through here, so you're gonna have to cut around some stuff. I mean, but as far as the flavor, that's a great steak. A great steak. So, hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure and hit that like button. Make sure and hit subscribe. Watch some of these other videos while you're here. If you like what I'm doing, like I said, hit subscribe. Till next time, y'all have a good day. Gonna eat. This might as well taste good. God, it's gonna be a good steak. Y'all have a good one now.